Healing isn't just about you, it's about the ripple effect you create. When you choose to heal, you break cycles of pain, inspire growth, and show others what's possible. Your transformation becomes their hope. Imagine this: every step you take toward wholeness, every wound you mend, lights the way for someone else to rise. You don't just change your life, you change lives. So ask yourself, what legacy will your healing leave? It starts with you and it spreads to everyone you touch. Heal yourself. Empower the world. True growth is an internal process, a journey that begins deep within our hearts and minds. It is not something that can be measured by external achievements, possessions, or the approval of others. Instead, it is a quiet, steady transformation that unfolds as we become more connected to ourselves, our needs, and our true purpose. Many people spend their lives looking outward, seeking validation or trying to fix the world around them, without realizing that the most profound changes happen when we turn inward. When we focus on external circumstances, we often find ourselves feeling frustrated, powerless, or drained. Life seems like an endless cycle of giving, fixing, and striving. We rush to help others, to meet their needs, and to solve their problems, all while neglecting our own. But this approach can leave us feeling empty, disconnected from our own essence. Growth doesn't come from spreading yourself too thin or placing your happiness in someone else's hands. It comes from honoring yourself first. The process of true growth begins with self-awareness. It is about slowing down and taking the time to understand who you are, what you value, and what truly matters to you. It means tuning out the noise of the world and listening to the whispers of your own soul. When you do this, you start to notice the patterns in your life, the things that bring you joy, the habits that hold you back, and the relationships that either nourish or drain you. This awareness is the foundation of all personal transformation, because you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Another critical aspect of inner growth is self-acceptance. So many of us carry around feelings of inadequacy, guilt, or shame, believing that we are not enough as we are. But true growth requires us to embrace all parts of ourselves, the strengths and the flaws, the victories and the flaws, the victories and the mistakes. When we learn to accept ourselves fully, we stop seeking validation from others. We realize that our worth is not determined by what we do or how much we give, but by the simple fact that we exist. Self-care is an essential part of this process. Taking time to nurture yourself physically, emotionally, and spiritually is not indulgent, it is vital. When you care for yourself, you replenish your energy and create a solid foundation from which you can grow. This might mean setting boundaries with others, saying no to demands that don't align with your priorities, or simply making space in your day for rest and reflection. These small acts of self-love send a powerful message to your subconscious that you are worthy of care and attention. As you grow, you begin to understand that life is not something that happens to you, it is something that happens through you. You are not a passive participant in your story, but an active creator of your reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions shape your experiences, and when you change your internal landscape, your outer world shifts as well. This is not about controlling everything around you, it's about recognizing the power you hold within to choose your responses, to set intentions, and to align with your highest self. One of the most beautiful aspects of inner growth is the way it transforms your relationships. When you are grounded in self-love and authenticity, you naturally attract people who resonate with your energy. You no longer feel the need to please or prove yourself to others because you are secure in your own worth. This allows you to show up in relationships with an open heart, without the burden of unrealistic expectations or hidden agendas. True growth also brings a deep sense of peace and resilience. Life will always have its challenges, but when you are rooted in your inner strength, you are better equipped to face them. You begin to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth, lessons that help you become more aligned with your true self. You trust that even in difficult times, you have the resources within to overcome and thrive. This journey is not always easy. Growth often requires us to confront uncomfortable truths, to let go of old patterns, and to step into the unknown. It demands courage, patience, and a willingness to keep going even when progress feels slow. But the rewards are immeasurable. As you grow, you become more in tune with your purpose, more connected to the present moment, and more capable of living a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Ultimately, true growth is about becoming the fullest expression of who you are. It is about shedding the layers of conditioning and fear that have held you back and stepping into your power. It is a lifelong journey, one that unfolds with every choice you make, every belief you examine, and every moment you choose to honor yourself. And as you grow, you not only transform your own life, you become a light that inspires and uplifts everyone around you. Helping others is a natural and beautiful aspect of being human. It feels good to support someone through a challenging time or to offer a solution when they're struggling. However, there is a fine line between helping someone in a way that empowers them and enabling them in a way that stifles their growth. Understanding this difference is crucial not only for the person you are trying to help, but also for your well-being. Enabling often comes from a place of love and good intentions. You see someone you care about struggling, and your first instinct is to step in and fix the problem for them. Maybe it's because you don't want to see them hurt, or perhaps you believe you can handle the situation better or faster. While this approach may bring temporary relief to the other person, it often creates a dependency that does not serve them in the long term. Instead of learning how to solve their problems, they come to rely on you as the solution. This dynamic can be exhausting for you and disempowering for them. Empowering, on the other hand, is about giving someone the tools, encouragement, and confidence they need to address their own challenges. It is not about taking on their burden, but about showing them that they have the strength within themselves to carry it. Empowerment often requires patience because growth takes time. It means resisting the urge to jump in and fix things immediately and instead supporting the person as they navigate their path. The key difference between enabling and empowering lies in intention and outcome. Enabling focuses on solving the problem for someone, often at the expense of your own time, energy, or peace of mind. It tends to create a cycle where the other person repeatedly comes to you for help without learning how to stand on their own. Empowering, however, focuses on helping the person grow stronger, wiser, and more self-reliant. It creates a dynamic of mutual respect and fosters independence rather than dependence. To empower rather than enable, it's important to start by recognizing your own boundaries. Helping someone should not come at the cost of your emotional or physical health. When you set clear boundaries, you protect your energy and ensure that your support is sustainable. This might mean saying no when a request feels overwhelming or offering guidance rather than taking over a task completely. Boundaries are not about being selfish, they are about ensuring that your help comes from a place of love and balance rather than obligation or resentment. Another important aspect of empowerment is communication. Instead of rushing to solve someone's problem, take the time to listen and understand what they are going through. Ask questions that encourage them to reflect on their situation. What do you think is the best way to handle this? Or what steps have you considered? Taking these kinds of questions gently guide the person toward their own solutions, showing them that you believe in their ability to figure things out. Empowering someone also involves offering encouragement and validation. Acknowledge their efforts and remind them of their strengths. Sometimes people feel stuck because they don't trust themselves or believe in their capabilities. Your words can serve as a reminder that they are capable and resourceful, which can give them the confidence to take action. One of the most challenging parts of empowering others is allowing them to experience the consequences of their choices. It's natural to want to shield someone from failure or discomfort, but growth often comes from facing challenges and learning from mistakes. When you step back and let them handle things, you give them the opportunity to build resilience and problem-solving skills. This doesn't mean abandoning them, it means being there as a source of support while trusting them to navigate their journey. At times, empowering someone might mean walking away. If you find that your help is being taken for granted or that the other person is unwilling to take responsibility for their actions, it may be necessary to let them experience life without your intervention. This can be difficult, especially if you care deeply about the person. But it's important to recognize that you cannot control someone else's choices or growth. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let them find their way. Empowering rather than enabling is not always easy. It requires self-awareness, patience, and a willingness to let go of control. It challenges you to trust in the other person's capacity for growth and to trust in your ability to provide the right kind of support. But when you make the choice to empower rather than enable, you create space for true transformation. You help others discover their strength, build their confidence, and develop the tools they need to thrive. Ultimately, choosing to empower is a gift not only to others but also to yourself. It allows you to show up as a source of genuine support while maintaining your own balance and well-being. And as you empower others, you contribute to a ripple effect of growth, strength, and independence that extends far beyond what you can see. Setting boundaries is one of the most powerful acts of self-preservation, yet it's something many people struggle with. Boundaries are not about pushing people away or building walls around yourself. They are about creating a clear sense of what is acceptable and unacceptable and acceptable in your life. They allow you to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being while maintaining healthy relationships with others. Without boundaries, it's easy to become overwhelmed, resentful, or even burnt out. Boundaries are an essential act of self-love and self-respect. Often people feel guilty about setting boundaries. They worry about disappointing others or being perceived as selfish. However, it's important to remember that boundaries are not a rejection of others, they are an affirmation of your own needs. When you prioritize your well-being, you show up in the world as a healthier, more balanced version of yourself. This benefits not only you, but also the people around you. A drained or overextended person cannot give their best to anyone. Setting boundaries begins with self-awareness. It requires taking the time to understand your limits and what truly matters to you. Reflect on the areas of your life where you feel stretched too thin or taken advantage of. Are there relationships where you constantly give more than you receive? Are there commitments that drain your energy without bringing joy or fulfillment? These are signs that boundaries may be needed. Once you identify where boundaries are necessary, the next step is communicating them clearly and confidently. Many people struggle with this because they fear conflict or rejection. However, setting boundaries is not about being confrontational, it's about being honest. Use I statements to express your needs, such as "I need some time to recharge, so I won't be able to join this time," or "I'm not comfortable discussing this topic." Clear communication helps others understand your limits without placing blame or creating unnecessary tension. It's also important to recognize that setting boundaries is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that requires consistency. People may test your boundaries either intentionally or unintentionally, especially if they are used to you always saying yes or accommodating their needs. When this happens, it's crucial to stand firm and reaffirm your limits. This doesn't mean being rigid or inflexible. It means honoring your own needs even when it's uncomfortable. Boundaries also involve learning to say no without guilt. Many people feel obligated to say yes to every request or invitation, fearing that saying no will make them seem unkind or uncooperative. However, every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your priorities, you are saying no to something else, often your own peace, rest, or goals. Saying no is not an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-preservation. It allows you to focus your energy on the things that truly matter to you. One of the most liberating aspects of setting boundaries is the way it transforms your relationships. When you establish and maintain clear boundaries, you attract people who respect and honor them. Healthy boundaries create mutual respect and understanding, allowing relationships to flourish. At the same time, boundaries may reveal relationships that are unhealthy or one-sided. While it can be difficult to let go of such relationships, doing so creates space for more fulfilling connections. Boundaries also extend to how you spend your time and energy. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel pressured to be constantly available, whether it's through work, social media, or personal commitments. Setting boundaries around your time might mean limiting the hours you check emails, carving out moments for self-care, or creating technology-free zones in your day. These small acts of self-preservation can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. It's important to acknowledge that setting boundaries is not always easy, especially if you are used to prioritizing others over yourself. You may encounter resistance or pushback from those who are unaccustomed to you asserting your needs. There may be moments when you doubt yourself or feel tempted to compromise your boundaries for the sake of keeping the peace. In these moments, remind yourself why you set the boundary in the first place. Your well-being is worth protecting, and the discomfort of setting boundaries is a small price to pay for the peace and balance they bring. Boundaries are not about keeping people out. They are about creating a safe space for yourself to thrive. They allow you to engage with others from a place of strength and authenticity, rather than exhaustion or obligation. They remind you that your needs matter and that you are deserving of respect and care. By setting and honoring your boundaries, you not only preserve your energy and peace of mind, but also model self-respect and self-love for those around you. In the end, boundaries are a gift you give to yourself and to others. They create clarity and structure, fostering healthier and more balanced relationships. They empower you to take ownership of your time, energy, and happiness. And most importantly, they affirm your worth, reminding you that it's okay to put yourself first. Setting boundaries is not a sign of selfishness. It's a profound act of self-respect and a cornerstone of a life well lived. Being a source of inspiration rather than rescue is one of the most empowering ways to support others. It allows you to uplift and encourage them without taking over their journey or solving their problems for them. While it may feel noble to jump in and rescue someone from their challenges, this approach often hinders their growth and undermines their ability to discover their strength. Inspiring others, on the other hand, gives them the tools, motivation, and confidence to overcome obstacles on their own, fostering resilience and self-reliance. The instinct to rescue usually stems from a place of compassion. When you see someone struggling, your first reaction might be to step in and alleviate their burden. While this can provide temporary relief, it often creates a cycle of dependency. The person learns to rely on you rather than on their own abilities, and you may find yourself repeatedly intervening their challenges. Over time, this dynamic can lead to frustration or burnout for you and a lack of personal growth for them. Inspiration, however, takes a different approach. Instead of solving someone's problems, you empower them to solve their own. This involves showing them what's possible, encouraging them to believe in their potential, and guiding them to discover the strength within themselves. When you inspire others, you act as a catalyst for their transformation rather than a crutch. You spark their motivation, ignite their creativity, and remind them of their own capability. One of the most effective ways to inspire others is by living as an example. Your actions, mindset, and resilience can serve as a powerful demonstration of what's possible. When people see you overcoming challenges, pursuing your goals, or maintaining a positive attitude in difficult times, it gives them hope and motivation. Inspiration is often more powerful than words. It's the quiet encouragement that comes from observing someone who is living authentically and courageously. Encouraging others to take ownership of their journey is another key aspect of inspiration. When someone comes to you for help, resist the urge to immediately offer solutions or take on their burden. Instead, ask questions that guide them to think critically about their situation. What do you think would work best here? Or have you considered other ways to approach this? By shifting the focus back to them, you help them recognize their ability to find answers and make decisions. It's also important to validate their feelings and efforts. Many people struggle with self-doubt, especially when faced with challenges. A few kind words of encouragement can make a significant difference. Let them know that you believe in their ability to overcome obstacles and that it's okay to struggle along the way. Struggles are part of growth, and every step forward, no matter how small, is progress worth celebrating. At times, inspiring others means stepping back and allowing them to experience the consequences of their choices. Growth often comes from facing challenges head-on and learning from mistakes. While it can be difficult to watch someone you care about struggle, it's important to trust in their capacity to grow. Offer support, but avoid taking away the opportunity for them to learn and develop resilience. Another way to inspire others is by sharing your experiences. When appropriate, talk about challenges you faced and how you navigated them. Be open about your struggles, mistakes, and the lessons you've learned. This vulnerability makes you relatable and shows others that they are not alone in their difficulties. Your journey can serve as a roadmap, helping them see that growth and success are possible even in the face of adversity. Inspiration also requires patience. Change doesn't happen overnight, and growth is often a slow and nonlinear process. There may be times when the person you're trying to inspire seems stuck or resistant. Rather than becoming frustrated, remind yourself that your role is not to fix them, but to plant seeds of encouragement and belief. Sometimes those seeds take time to grow, but your words and actions can have a lasting impact. Ultimately, being a source of inspiration rather than rescue is about honoring the other person's journey. It's about believing in their strength even when they don't yet see it themselves. It's about offering guidance and encouragement without taking control. By choosing to inspire, you help others tap into their inner power and develop the confidence to create their own solutions. This approach not only benefits the person you're supporting, but also enriches your own life. It allows you to foster deeper, more meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and empowerment. It teaches you to trust in others' abilities and to let go of the need to control outcomes. And most importantly, it helps you recognize the incredible potential that lies within each of us to overcome challenges and thrive. In the end, being a source of inspiration is one of the most selfless and impactful ways to help others. It empowers them to grow into the best version of themselves while allowing you to maintain your own balance and boundaries. Inspiration uplifts, strengthens, and transforms, creating a ripple effect of positivity and resilience that extends far beyond what you can see. Loving through detachment may seem contradictory at first, but it is one of the purest forms of love. It is not about withholding affection or distancing yourself emotionally. Instead, it is about loving without the need to control, possess, or dictate the outcomes of another person's life. It is the art of allowing someone the freedom to grow, make choices, and learn from their own experiences while still offering unconditional support and care. This form of love requires a deep understanding of what it means to truly respect another person's individuality and autonomy. When you love through detachment, you release the desire to mold someone into who you think they should be. Instead, you honor their journey and trust their ability to navigate their own path. You offer guidance, but you do not impose. You provide a safe space, but you do not try to shield them from every difficulty. It is a balance between connection and freedom, rooted in mutual respect. Detachment in love does not mean indifference. It is not about being cold or uncaring. It is about loving without attachment to outcomes. When you are attached to specific results, your love becomes conditional. You may expect the person to behave a certain way, achieve certain things, or reciprocate your feelings in a particular manner. When these expectations are not met, frustration, disappointment, or resentment can arise. Loving through detachment frees you and the other person from this dynamic. It allows your love to be a gift rather than a transaction. This approach also encourages healthier relationships. When you try to control or overly involve yourself in someone else's life, it can lead to codependency, resentment, or stifle personal growth. On the other hand, loving through detachment fosters trust, respect, and personal responsibility. It empowers the person you love to make their own decisions and learn from their experiences. This, in turn, strengthens the bond between you because it is based on mutual respect rather than obligation or dependency. To practice love through detachment, it is essential to cultivate self-awareness. Reflect on your motivations and ask yourself whether your actions are truly serving the other person, or if they are driven by your own fears or desires. For example, if you feel compelled to solve all their problems or shield them from pain, consider whether this is for their benefit or your own need to feel in control or avoid discomfort. Sometimes what feels like love is actually attachment or fear in disguise. Detachment also requires a willingness to let go of control. It can be difficult to watch someone you care about make choices that you wouldn't make or face challenges that you could help them avoid. However, these experiences are often crucial for their growth and development. Trust that they have the strength and wisdom to navigate their journey, even if it involves setbacks or struggles. Your role is not to steer their path, but to walk alongside them with love and support. Boundaries are another key element of loving through detachment. Healthy boundaries protect both you and the other person, ensuring that your love does not become overbearing or intrusive. Boundaries allow you to maintain your sense of self while respecting theirs. They also prevent you from taking on responsibilities that are not yours, which can lead to resentment or burnout. By setting and honoring boundaries, you create a relationship dynamic that is balanced and respectful. Loving through detachment also involves embracing the idea that love is not about possession. You cannot own or control another person, and attempting to do so diminishes the authenticity of the relationship. True love is expansive. It allows both individuals to grow and evolve without being tethered by fear or insecurity. Detachment allows you to love someone for who they are in the present moment, rather than who you want them to be in the future. Practicing detachment can be challenging, especially in relationships where deep emotional bonds exist. There may be moments of fear, vulnerability, or doubt. However, these feelings are opportunities to grow in your understanding of love and trust. They remind you that love is not about clinging, but about letting go. It is about having faith in the strength of the connection and the resilience of the person you love. At its core, loving through detachment is an act of unconditional love. It is a recognition that the person you care about is whole and capable on their own. It is a commitment to supporting their journey without trying to dictate its direction. It is about being present without being controlling, caring without being possessive, and loving without conditions. This approach not only benefits the person you love, but also enriches your own life. It frees you from the stress and anxiety that come with trying to control outcomes or manage another person's life. It allows you to focus on your own growth and well-being, creating a stronger and more balanced foundation for the relationship. And most importantly, it deepens your understanding of love as a force that uplifts, liberates, and nurtures. Loving through detachment is not about giving less love. It is about giving love that is pure, free, and empowering. It is a profound expression of trust, respect, and compassion. It transforms relationships into spaces of growth, freedom, and mutual appreciation, allowing love to flourish in its truest form. Healing yourself is one of the most profound ways to contribute to the well-being of others. At first glance, personal healing might seem like a self-focused endeavor, but its impact extends far beyond the individual. When you invest in your own growth, clarity, and wholeness, you naturally create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around you. By transforming yourself, you become a beacon of strength, hope, and inspiration, offering others the courage and space to embark on their own healing journeys. The process of healing begins with self-awareness. It involves looking inward, acknowledging wounds, and committing to the work required to move beyond them. This journey is not always easy, but it is profoundly necessary. Carrying unaddressed pain or unresolved emotions affects not only your own well-being, but also the dynamics of your relationships. When you operate from a place of hurt, your interactions with others may carry traces of that pain through anger, frustration, or defensiveness. By healing yourself, you break this cycle and create space for healthier, more authentic connections. Healing yourself also involves taking responsibility for your emotions and experiences. This does not mean blaming yourself for everything that has happened in your life, but rather recognizing your power to change how you respond to challenges. When you take charge of your healing, you no longer rely on others to fill voids or fix your pain. Instead, you develop a sense of inner strength and resilience. This shift not only benefits you, but also lifts the emotional burden from those around you. Instead of leaning on them for validation or support, you become a source of stability and encouragement. As you heal, you cultivate empathy and compassion. Experiencing your own struggles and overcoming them deepens your understanding of others' pain. You can relate to their challenges without judgment, offering a kind ear and a supportive presence. This compassion is not born from pity, but from a shared humanity, a recognition that we all face difficulties and are capable of growth. Your healing journey enables you to hold space for others, encouraging them to heal in their own time and way. Your transformation becomes a source of inspiration. When others see you making positive changes, overcoming obstacles, and finding peace, it shows them what is possible. Healing is not about perfection or having all the answers. It is about progress and resilience. By demonstrating that growth is attainable, you give others permission to believe in their own potential. Your story becomes a light that guides them through their own darkness. Healing yourself also allows you to set healthy boundaries. When you are tuned to your own needs and well-being, you can recognize what serves you and what doesn't. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, but about creating a space where you and others can thrive. They protect your energy and help you maintain a sense of balance, which in turn makes you more present and supportive in your relationships. By modeling healthy boundaries, you encourage others to respect their own needs and cultivate relationships based on mutual care and respect. An important aspect of personal healing is the ability to let go of resentment and forgive both yourself and others. Holding on to past grievances weighs heavily on the heart and mind, limiting your capacity to fully embrace the present. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, it is about freeing yourself from the grip of pain and anger. When you heal these emotional wounds, you radiate a sense of peace and acceptance that can positively influence those around you. Your example shows others the liberating power of forgiveness and the value of moving forward with an open heart. Healing yourself creates a foundation for generational change. Many patterns of pain, trauma, or dysfunction are passed down from one generation to the next, often unconsciously. By addressing your own wounds, you interrupt these cycles, breaking free from limiting beliefs or destructive habits. This shift not only transforms your life, but also sets a new standard for those who come after you, children, family members, or anyone influenced by your example. Your healing creates a legacy of growth and empowerment. Finally, healing yourself contributes to the collective well-being of the world. Every person who chooses to address their pain and strive for wholeness adds a little more light to the collective human experience. When you heal, you approach life with greater compassion, understanding, and patience, which naturally influences the way you interact with others. Your healed energy becomes a ripple that spreads outward, touching everyone you encounter and encouraging a culture of kindness and mutual support. Healing is not a linear or finite process. It is a continuous journey of growth and self-discovery. Along the way, there will be moments of challenge and doubt, but these moments are opportunities to deepen your resilience and commitment. Each step forward, no matter how small, is significant. And with each step, you contribute not only to your own well-being, but also to the healing of others. By prioritizing your own healing, you lead by example. You show that it is possible to rise above pain, transform difficulties into lessons, and embrace life with renewed purpose. Healing yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can offer to the world. It is a testament to the power of love, courage, and the human spirit. And in healing yourself, you remind others that they too have the strength to heal and thrive.